We already 2 minutes behind. A family meeting. Come on, let's get it. Let's go. My bad podcast. What's going on, y'all? What's up, y'all? Everybody over on YouTube, appreciate y'all coming in, man. Thank y'all. Welcome into the very first live recording of our family meeting. Welcome in, man. Thank y'all for coming in. So this is going to be something that I'm going to do nightly on Wednesday. I'm going to do these nightly on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. because I want to. I think it's important that we have family meetings. I think it's valuable that we sit down, we talk as a family, and we talk about family structures, family dynamics, and we have these meetings so that we can come together as a family. We can learn together as a family. We can grow together as a family. In a time where families seem to be separating and there aren't many family reunions and there aren't many ways and opportunities for us to grow, I think it's important that somebody comes along and helps to kind of put us together and just kind of get together as a family and grow and develop and learn with one another. So that's what we're going to do. We got a lot of things that we're going to add. Appreciate everybody over on TikTok. Brandy E. Stu came to your high school. What's up, Evan? Appreciate everybody coming over onto the stream. For everybody that's over on TikTok, man, I'm not going to be able to see your chat, your comments, unless you come over onto the YouTube channel. So if you want me to be able to see the YouTube, if you want me to be able to see your comments, I'm going to encourage you to come over to the YouTube channel. It's going to be way better over on the YouTube channel. Anyway, you're going to be able to get the full experience. But these are going to be weekly family meetings where we are going to come together. We are going to grow. We are going to break generational cycles. We are going to create generational wealth. And we're not just going to talk about the things that we're going to do. We're actually going to put in and implement plans and strategies in order to make that happen. And if you don't believe me, that's okay. I just need y'all to take a listen to the song, and the song is going to tell you everything that we're going to do. So
around the table where the stories get told. Grandma's wisdom worth more than gold. We pass the plates like we pass the plans. Legacy's a recipe cooked by hand. No silver spoon, just the ground we know. Seeds in the soil, watch the future grow. Yeah, family meeting. This is where it starts. Blueprints laid out straight from the heart. Breaking cycles, building dreams.
if y'all don't know, that's me on the song. That's me on the vocals. If y'all don't know, that's me on the vocals. Let's go.
With the notebook, jotting down goals. Auntie with the vision, got the soul that glows. Kids in the corner, learning the game. Passing down knowledge ain't a thing of shame.
Come on.
Pray over blessings, then every brick we lay is a win we prove. We rise together like the bread we bake. Breaking curses ain't a thing we face.
Hey. Hey.
Blueprints laid out straight from the heart.
Okay.
Building dream.
Let's go.
Generational wealth ain't just a scheme.
Generational wealth ain't just a scheme, man. Welcome in, y'all. Make some noise for that, man. Yes. Let's get it. All right. So we got a couple of topics, and to as far as getting started, man, and doing the intro, what I want to encourage y'all just to kind of begin this process. Again, we're going to be here every single Wednesday night at 9 p.m. You don't need more motivation. You need better decisions. You don't need more options. You need clarity. You don't need everybody's approval. You need principles. Today, we're unpacking everything from decision fatigue and why my daughter's boyfriend better know the rules. Yes, I'm talking about why my daughter's boyfriend better know the rules. Listen, there's some things that I told my daughter the other day. I'm like, listen, your boyfriend better not I better not catch him ever doing a lot of these things that we're going to talk about today. But before we get into that, man, hot topics right now, we're going to go ahead, get straight into the bag drop. First thing that I want to talk about is something that I made a video on a few months ago, but I thought it was a missed opportunity for me from the last school that I went and spoke to. I didn't get an opportunity to talk about this because it just slipped my mind. But one of the things that I believe is extremely important is decision fatigue. And I know sometimes I know a lot of us, we may not understand what decision fatigue is, but essentially decision fatigue is when you have so many decisions that you have to make that you don't end up making none of the decisions. So you have so many things on your mind that you don't end up settling on one thing. You have so many things that you want to do, so many things that you want to try to get accomplished that ultimately you don't really get any of those things accomplished. And so decision fatigue means our brains are running on overload in terms of what decisions to make, that we have no clarity in what it is that we're supposed to do. So one of the best ways that I believe we can actually combat these things is to, first thing that we got to do is we have to come up with some sort of plan, and you got to be able to structure your life. A lot of people think that structure isn't necessary. And I know some people say that, I lived in organized chaos, and organized chaos is good if that's the way that you operate. But in order to be the most efficient, it is vital and crucial that you get to a point where you have some sort of structure and some sort of plan in your life. And there's a couple of apps that you can actually do in order to make this happen. One app that absolutely changed my life is the app called Structured. The app Structured is like $50 or $20 for lifetime access. So it's not something where you're going to get a monthly subscription. And no, Structured does not pay me, but Structured, if you see this, I need you to let everybody know that I'm shouting you out, and I need you to send me an affiliate link so anybody downloads the Structured app and goes and gets that lifetime membership. Backpack Jeff can get a little in my bag earnings from that. But I think what Structured did was, for me, Structured allowed me to see what my morning routine was, so I can know and I can follow my steps in sequence as opposed to guessing what I should do next. Because sometimes when I come home from the gym, I don't know if I should eat first or make my smoothie first or get in the shower first or take my vitamins, or should I go and let the dog out? And then even after I do one task, what's the next task that I should do? I'm always thinking about all of these different things. And sometimes I forget to brush my teeth in the morning. And so I got to pull out my little handy dandy car toothbrush, and I got to brush my teeth with my car toothbrush, which I've heard is pretty disgusting. But I mean, listen, I carry a travel toothbrush with me everywhere I go, because if I go to the office and I forget to brush my teeth, or after I eat lunch, my breath is smelling like salmon and tilapia and some nice Mexican rice, I want to make sure that that my mouth is not, humming when I'm talking to other people. So what Structured allowed me to do, Structured allowed me to find clarity in my morning routine. And your morning routine a lot of times will dictate the way your day will unfold. And so for me, I want my days to unfold in a productive manner. And if you desire for your days to unfold in a productive manner, the best thing that you can do is you can make sure that you are that you are intentional about what your tasks are. And the more intentional you are about what your tasks are throughout the day, the more clarity you will actually have throughout the day. So for me, having Structured has given me structure in my life. I mean, the app literally speaks for itself. And the fact that it's not one of those apps where it's charging you every month or every week is one of the other things that I enjoy. And then you can also set different times of day for you to do certain things. And I get the notifications on my Apple Watch. And so once I'm okay, it's like, all right, now I should be getting my son dressed. Now I should be getting him off to school. Now I should be doing XYZ. And the more I do those things, the more I get into those routines, the more these things become habits. And I know people will tell you it takes 21 days to build a habit. It does not take 21 days to build a habit. I need you to kill that noise. I need you to kill that thought process. It does not take 21 days to build a habit. It takes far longer than 21 days to build a habit. And building a habit is determined by how often you are practicing this habit, how often you are engaging in this habit, how long are you engaging in this habit, how long are you practicing this habit. That's going to determine how quickly that thing that you desire to do, how quickly that thing becomes a habit. So in decision fatigue, the best thing that you can do is, number one, you can get a structured plan of what it is that you're supposed to do. And it could be as easy as starting off your morning. Just like I mentioned, from starting off my morning, I've gained about 20 to 30 minutes of my morning back simply because I had a plan of what I'm going to do the moment I come back from the gym. If there was any sort of a skewed mind in terms of what it was that I was supposed to do, I immediately got all of that time back because of the Structured app. So download the Structured app. That app will definitely help you get some clarity in what it is that you want to do. And then you only have to create the habits one time. And then after that, those habits will begin. You'll begin to see those habits every single day. Jay Ripple, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you joining in, man. Thank you so much, family, for tapping in. One of the other things that you need to do in order to escape decision fatigue is not only set a structure for yourself, but set a time limit for yourself. One of the best things that I got off of TikTok and or you can get it off of TikTok. You can get it in my TikTok shop. You can also get them off of my Amazon store. Is I got a timer, and I know people will say to you, "Oh, I got a timer on my phone." Here's the problem with that, though. Your phone is nothing but another distraction to keep you away from doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Because how often do you pick up your phone and not unlock it and go into social media? How often do you pick up your phone and not go into something that you know you're not supposed to go in? And then ultimately you end up spiraling into this web of social media where now 5, 10, 15 minutes has escaped you. And you're like, dang, what was it that I was supposed to be doing? In order to get rid of all of that, in order to I'm trying to use my PhD words, y'all. In order to alleviate that, what I need you to do is I need you to set a timer for yourself. And I just got a little small timer, and I can set it for about 15 minutes for different tasks that I know I need to do, that I know I need to accomplish. Okay. So the better you get, the more structured you can get, the more time you can set for yourself, the better and the more clarity that you'll get on your day. And as those things become habits, you'll actually end up doing them quicker. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about automating the small tasks so that you don't have to think about those things, so that you have guidance. I mean, think about it. We're goal-oriented people. So if we have a goal that we're set out to do, we feel better when we accomplish that goal, as opposed to if we're just doing something aimlessly and we don't really have a targeted task in line, right? So to escape decision fatigue, number one, I need you to get a structured plan. Your morning routine is the easiest place to start. Number two, I need you to time out each one of those different tasks that you have in the morning. How long should you be in the shower? How long should it take you to get dressed? How long should it take you to get your son dressed, get your daughter dressed, get your kids out to school? How long should it take you to do all of your, brush your hair, wash your face, comb, do whatever it is you got to do? How long should those things take? When you have clarity on those things, it makes the rest of your day much easier. And as you are allowing the apps to navigate what your morning routine looks like, then your mind can start going to different things. And okay, after I'm finished with all of these tasks, what should my next task be? It makes it much easier. Decision fatigue not only shows up in our morning routine, but decision fatigue shows up in our everyday lives. And because decision fatigue shows up in our everyday lives, it is imperative that we have structure in our lives as well, in our schoolwork, in our regular work, and our time with our families. It's important to be intentional about these things, because if you are in a moment, if you're supposed to be present in a moment, but you're thinking about other things, you're not fully present in that moment. Yes, you might be present physically, but you're not present mentally. And life happens so fast that it's crucial that we show up mentally and physically to all of the moments that so that we can be present for those moments, so that we can give those moments our best efforts. One of the things that I do all the time is when I have a task, like if I have to study or if I have to do certain schoolwork, I take my phones right here. I take my phones and I put them in another room, or I'll take my phones, I'll give them to my wife, or I'll give them to a coworker. And I'll say, listen, if Bree calls, dad calls, mom calls, or Sanaya calls, I need you to bring me my phone. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here with my timer. I'm going to put on an hour. I'm going to put on 2 hours, and then I'm just going to get to work during that time. You'll be surprised how much more you can get done in a focused 1 to 2 hours than an unfocused 3 to 4 hours. I mean, a lot of times we look at certain tasks and we think that it's going to take a long time, but in actuality, those tasks don't take a long time. We take a long time doing those tasks. The tasks themselves does not necessarily take a long time in order to complete. So if you want to find more efficiency in your work, if you want to find more efficiency in your life, disconnect from those things so that you and make a priority list in terms of what tasks you should be doing, right? Make a priority list in terms of what task you should be doing. So one of the ways that I outline my day is I know that from this time to this time, I'm supposed to be doing this. From this time to this time, I'm supposed to be doing this. A mistake that I see a lot of people who live busy lives make is thinking that everything is of high importance right now. What you have to do is create a priority list, and in your priority list, figure out what's the most important thing and document those things in order of importance so that you can make sure everything gets done. So you're structuring and you're itemizing what it is that you need to do. You're itemizing the importance of doing it. And then you're also giving it a time frame. If you give yourself forever to accomplish something, it's going to take you forever to accomplish something. You want to have clarity on how long any task is going to take you. There was something that I just had on my mind and it literally just escaped me, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll come back to me. All right. So the more intentional and the more focused and the more deliberate you can be about your morning routine, the better and the easier your morning routine will be. The more deliberate and focused you can be about the tasks that you have in your life, the easier those tasks will be. And it just came back to me in saying that if you have a difficult task, I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this aphorism. And the aphorism is eat the frog. This was something that I thought was very interesting. I was like, eat the frog. And it was a story where they talked about if you eat a frog in the morning, what else can be worse than eating a frog? Probably nothing, right? There isn't many things that's worse that can happen to you in the day than eating a frog. And so eating a frog means doing the hardest task first. When a lot of times what I notice myself doing is I notice myself talking myself out of things that I should do because it's difficult, it's stressful, it brings me anxiety to do these things. But if I want to alleviate those things, if I get the hard task done, it doesn't it doesn't hang over me for the rest of the day. How many times have we put tasks off? I'll do it at 10 o'clock. and then 10 o'clock comes and you're still in your sidetracked with another task, or you're engulfed in another task, and now you say, I'll do it at lunch. Well, everybody's out at lunch, so I can't call this person at lunch. I'll do it at 1 o'clock when they come back. Well, now 1 o'clock is here, and now you're fatigued at 1 o'clock, and now you're saying, you know what, I don't even want to do it at 1 o'clock. So we give ourselves every reason to back out of doing something when we should do it, as opposed to doing that thing first thing in the morning. So tomorrow, when you wake up, and you got that hard activity, task, conversation, email that you have to send, or conversation that you have to have, you've got that difficult thing that you have to have. What I want you to do is I want you to eat the frog. I want you to do the hardest task in the morning first before you do anything. Yes, I know doing all of the things and creating the atmosphere in your office is extremely important. But what I want you to do is I want you to eat the frog, and I want you to do the hardest task first. This is going to release stress, release anxiety, and it's going to stop you from thinking about having to do that thing. Because when you feel that weight, it's like carrying way too much in your backpack. Take that heavy item out of your backpack and watch how free you feel as you move throughout the day, because you took that heavy thing out of your backpack first before you start taking out all of the other things. Because if you start taking the smaller items out of your backpack, you're going to notice that the backpack is still relatively heavy. But if you take that big giant book out of your backpack, that laptop out of your backpack first, and then put your backpack back on, watch the freedom that you feel in that backpack. So in the morning, if you want to escape decision fatigue, number one, have a plan. Number two, create times for when you're supposed to do that plan. Number three, prioritize your task. Number four, disconnect. And then number five, I need you to eat the frog. That's how you're going to escape decision fatigue. So appreciate y'all for tuning in on that one. Now let's get into the next segment. So one of the other, let me see if the segment thing is going to work over here. I don't know if this is going to work, y'all. This is like brand new to your cousin backpack, man. So let me dang it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Did I put it on here? Background? No. All right. Let me go into a loop video real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Let me see if it's going to work. All right. So while this is loading up, the next segment that we got to get into, I can't wait to be able to say, y'all, we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back to the family. We'll be right back to the family. I can't wait to be able to say that. Ooh, that's going to be fire, yo. All right. So let's get into this one, man. Let's get into this next segment. Here we go. All right. It is question and answer time. What I want y'all to do is I want y'all to type any question, type any questions that you have right now in the comments. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. If you're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, I want you to tap. What's up, Chase? Thank you for letting me be a part of the family. Roman, absolutely, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, listen, don't forget, come over onto the YouTube channel if y'all want to. If y'all want to. So that I can see your comments right now. Come over to the YouTube channel so that I can see y'all comments right now. Do me a huge favor and do yourself a huge favor. Come over to the YouTube channel so I can see your comments in live time. And then also, man, I can pin your comments. If y'all are over on TikTok, I can actually pin your comments. So I want to be able to engage with y'all, but it's difficult to do that because I have to switch through multiple different screens. But if y'all are over here, it makes it much easier for me to be able to switch through that. But it is live. It is live Q&A time. It is live Q&A time. And I have a couple of questions from different videos that I posted throughout this week. If you guys go back onto my YouTube channel, you'll see a video, my longer form video that I recently posted about raising the standards in school. And one of the questions that I had on here, let's see if I can get to the question over here. Hold on, let me go to my YouTube real quick because I want to make sure that I am getting. Appreciate the follow, Sam. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate the love over there. Let me see. Secret 33, appreciate the follow. Sam, appreciate the follow. Good fan. Appreciate y'all joining in, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family, man. We are in in our very first episode of Family Meetings, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m., where we break generational cycles and we help our family members get better, man. That's essentially what we do. All right. So I am going to the comment section. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and share our screen. I'm going to share my screen here with y'all so that y'all can kind of see what the question was. Hey, Jeff, the way that you explain the examples you give are really inspiring. You had mentioned that students should connect learning with their own interests. How do you think parents can help them make that happen at home? Shamo Chandra -49. This is a phenomenal question, and I'm actually going to respond to your comment and let you know that the answer to that question is actually going to be over here in the video. So just for clarity, the question is, how would you connect youth to their own interests? And how do I think parents should help connect youth to their own interests? I think the first thing that you got to do is you got to figure out what your child is interested in. Once you figure out what your child is interested in, it's easy to start making connections on what they should lean more into. And here's something that I learned that was that I thought was very profound. And it was, if you don't know what you want to do, figure out what it is that you don't want to do. At least you'll be that much closer. It's basically the process of elimination. If you have no idea what it is that you want to do, I figure out what you don't want to do. When I was working at Bob Evans, I knew immediately I did not want to cook for the rest of my life. So that was the whole industry. I didn't want to be in the fast food industry or the service, the food industry at all. So I completely took that off my plate. So what I did was I extracted some of the lessons that I learned in cooking, and I took a lot of the things that I enjoyed from cooking, and I added that to what it is that I do now. Like I enjoy people enjoying the things that I create. There's poetry, there's speaking. I love the reaction that I get from people when they say, man, this meal was good as I don't know what. I love being able to get tipped and being able to be paid when traditionally you don't see cooks at restaurants getting paid. The next time you go to a restaurant, what I want you to do, if your food is really good, I want you to ask the server, can you bring out the cook for me? And then I want you to give that cook a tip and watch the surprise on a cook's face, because we give, make sure you take care of your server, your waiter, your waitress as well. But make sure if your food is cooked good and it's cooked to perfection, tip the cook. When's the last time you tipped the cook? For real, man, tip the cook as well. They're not making a lot of money back there either. Now, if you had like a fancy 5-star restaurant, now there's a chef, okay, that is probably cooking. Now, those chefs are probably making really good money. But if you go to a Bob Evans, a Olive Garden, a Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, man, tip the cook. Tip the cook, babe. Next time we go out to eat, we're going to have to tip the cook, all right? Next time we go out to eat, we're going to have to tip the cook, man. If the food is good, though. If the food is good, we're going to tip the cook. We got to make sure that we do that, yo. That is hugely important. So what I did was I extracted some of the things that I liked from different jobs that I had. And I said, okay, I want this to be a part of my life. I realized from working at a call center that I didn't want to be behind a desk all day, every day. I don't like going into the same workspace every single day and doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Redundancy becomes obtuse to me. Ooh, shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your boy Backpack Jeff using that PhD word. No, redundancy becomes obtuse to me, and I tend to not enjoy it. And what I said to myself was, when I create my own business, I'm going to ensure that I'm not doing the same thing and I'm not in the same space every single day. I'm not seeing the same people every single day. That's why I like going to schools and impacting youth, is because I don't see the same people every single day. McKenna, appreciate the follow over on TikTok. Florida plug. What's going on, family? I don't like seeing the same people every single day. I like meeting new people. I like going out. I like having interactions. I like taking pictures. I like recording. I like different. I like wearing different hats in my business because I like to do different things. Right now, granted, I don't want to wear all of these hats. I don't want to have to, record the live stream as well as, push the buttons over here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at some point in time, my daughter will be my my engineer, my producer, my engineer. I think that'll be good for her. I think I'm gonna have to make her an engineer. But yes, so parents, how can you find your child's interest and how can you lean more into your child's interest? Number one, you need to find out what they're interested in. If they don't know what they're interested in, you need to figure out what they're not interested in and then go there and then go from there and start asking questions. Well, what is it that you did like about this? Is there anything that you liked about this? And if there's nothing they like about it, I think it's important to, just X those things out. And then also I find this very helpful. Anytime you're talking to a young person, a lot of times they don't know how to communicate what they feel. It's really important to have communication words that they can recognize, that they can point to. So I think I need to do that. I'm gonna pin this. I need to get a communication wall, a feelings wall of words, so that when I ask my daughter, how do you feel about this? She can say, okay, I felt like this. I felt like this. I felt like this. I felt like this. Right. And I think it's important, even when you're trying to figure out what your child likes, to have something that they can point to, because maybe they can't articulate it out of their mind independently, but maybe if they saw something that says, I enjoyed this, I didn't like this, I related to this, they may not be able to communicate those words and that terminology. But if you guide them, then they'll be able to say, oh, okay, I enjoyed this about it, or I didn't enjoy this about it. So give your child direction in terms of how to communicate the things that they enjoyed and the things that they did not enjoy so much. I think that's a great place to start. Any other questions? Any other questions before we move on into our next segment, y'all? Any other questions? What's up, everybody over on Instagram? Appreciate y'all joining in, man. Don't forget Logan Crooks 21. Appreciate the follow, family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Again, don't forget, we are live on YouTube. If you want me to be able to see your comments in real time and you want me to be able to pin your comments, make sure y'all come over to the YouTube channel. It's on Backpack Jeff. And guess what, y'all? Guess what we did? Guess what we did over on YouTube, man? We passed 100. I mean, we passed 1,000 on YouTube. Yes. We passed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, y'all. Let's get it.
Ooh, he's in his bag.
Yeah, I know I'm in my bag. Appreciate that, baby. I thank you for that. But if y'all don't have any other questions, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and keep we're going to go ahead and keep it going. Can you give advice for my friend that just broke up with his longtime girlfriend? What I would say to a young person who just broke up with their longtime girlfriend is I would say, think about the reason why you broke up, number one. And I would also encourage, even if the other person did you wrong, think about what you could have done differently. Like, I can't remember where I got this example from, but I got it from, I just said I can't remember where I got it from, and I'm telling you where I got it from. That makes no sense. But I heard an example about there was a person and they were rushing, and because they were rushing, they got into a car accident and it wasn't their fault. And even though they got into a car accident and it wasn't their fault, it's important for that person to think about what they could have done different to make sure that accident did not happen. Because if you think about an accident, you have to be in the right place at the right time for this accident to happen. But maybe if you weren't rushing, maybe if you had woken up 5 minutes earlier and gotten out of the house 5 minutes earlier, you would not have been in that position at that moment to be in that accident. So when you're thinking about what you're going through with your this person is going through with their girlfriend, maybe she did you wrong, or maybe you did her wrong, or whatever it might be, or maybe it was just an amicable breakup, and you all just kind of decided that it was best for y'all to be friends or not to be together anymore. But what I would love to see is, I would love to see you think about what role you played in the ending of the relationship. So think about the role that you play in the ending of a relationship. Do not be in a rush to go right back into another relationship. It's important that you figure out yourself. A lot of people want people to spend, like a lot of people want boyfriends and girlfriends when they wouldn't even date themselves. Like if you was a person, you wouldn't even date yourself. Most of the time, you don't even talk to yourself. You don't have conversations with yourself, but you want somebody else to have a conversation with you. You don't like being around yourself, but you want other people to be around you. You wouldn't date yourself, but you want somebody else to date you. How does that work? And no planet does that work. So you got to figure out, and you got to start looking at yourself. So start figuring out more of who you are, more of what it is that you like, what it is that you enjoy. And some of the best ways to do that, figure out what your love language is. If you don't know what love language is, I'm going to encourage you to look up love language. Look up love languages, figure out what love languages are, figure out what's important to you in relationships and why this didn't work. Start asking yourself, if this was the wrong person for me, why did I attract this person to my life, right? Start taking ownership and responsibility of the role that you played in this relationship, whether it was a good role or whether it was a negative role. And a lot of times in relationships, we fail to look at ourselves in the relationship, even if it was 100% the other person's fault. You still played a role in that, because I guarantee you ignored signs. Trust me, I know about that. I ignored signs for years. I ignored signs on the first meeting. On the very first time I met this person, I should have never met that person again, but I ignored them. I ignored them signs for sure. Faux show. I ignored them signs. And sometimes it costs you. It costs you when you ignore them signs. What's up, everybody over on Instagram, man? Singular Foil, appreciate you. J Flow, what's going on, bro? Clay Fleet, what's going on? I'm TX3, what's going on? Betsy Ricketts, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Ms. Ricketts? Appreciate you coming in. But any other questions before we move on to the next segment? If you do have any other questions, I'll definitely make sure that I come back to them. Brooks, thank you so much for liking the live over on TikTok, man. Don't be afraid to throw them gifts in there too, yo. Don't be afraid to throw them gifts in there. If you are on Instagram or if you're on TikTok, go ahead and throw them gifts in there. We want to listen. The more y'all support the family, the more our family tree can grow, man. We're gonna grow this family tree, yo. We're growing this family tree. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So the next thing that we got to do is we got to get into this in my bag moments. Okay. In my bag moments. And I know what I know what some people I think, and some people are like, yo, what's in my bag? When a person is in my bag, you ever see somebody doing something so good and you just like, dang, man, they in their bag. They in their bag. You're like, how did they do that? That's crazy to me. How did they do that? But an in my bag moment is someone who is operating in excellence, executing at a high level, or someone who is completely focused in their zone. And today, again, the more the show goes on, the more I'll have all of these things ready. But today, I got to give a shout out to Alex Hormozi. If you don't know who Alex Hormozi is, he is an entrepreneur amongst entrepreneurs. He is your favorite entrepreneur's entrepreneur. Alex Hormozi made over $100 million in 24 hours. And that's not luck. That is 100% strategy. If we break down what his success looks like, here's how we break it down. Number one is years of building credibility. The best way to get people to support you is building trust. And the easiest way to build trust is to add value. The more value you give to people, Wall Street Trapper talked about this in his interview. In one of his interviews, he said wealthy people do three things. They buy stocks, they start a business, and they give as much value to people as they possibly can. Because if you give people ample amount of value, it's less likely that they will leave you. Whatever that value looks like, whether that's information, whether that's education, whether that's entertainment, whether that's a combination of any of the three, the more value you give to people, the more likely they are to trust you. The more they trust you, the more likely they are to invest in you. So if you want people to invest in you and you want to be able to make $100 million in 24 hours, broke the Guinness Book of World Records. The Guinness Book of World Records people was literally right there. And he literally gave away as much information as possible for free. And because he gave away so much information for free, people were not afraid to go inside of their wallets, grab out them credit cards and debit cards and invest thousands, sometimes some people tens of thousands of dollars into him. Because he built credibility through trust, in order to build trust, he gave undeniable information, gave undeniable value, and he also used clear frameworks. This did not happen on accident. Alex Hormozi, when he was putting together this new book, and I'm going to buy this book, he put together this new book. He ensured that he said that this is what we're going to do, is we're going to break the record. Like when you're about to when you believe you're going to break a Guinness World Record, you call the Guinness World Record people and you say, hey, I need a person here with me today to document what I'm about to do because I'm about to break the record. Like, you've never saw somebody break the record and then somebody from Guinness, look at the video and go, oh, you broke the record. No, the person is there. So you're about to break the record. So when Alex Hormozi called the people, he's like, yo, I'm about to do what's never been done in terms of a book launch. And he made $100 million in 24 hours. Y'all, that is not by luck. That is not by luck. That is through strategy. That is through strategy. Breaking down his success further, playing the long game instead of chasing the hype. This wasn't something that he did overnight. This took years of building and developing. He did for years, gave away information for free. And I learned from a mentor a long time ago that if you ever feel like you're giving away too much information for free, then you probably don't know enough. You probably don't know enough. If you feel like you're giving away too much information for free, there's no way you know enough information, because I can give y'all as much information. Appreciate the gifts over on TikTok. Let's go. Let's go. Man. God dang, I love y'all. I love my family, man. I love when my family come out and support, man. I love you. Yeah.
Ooh,
go.
He's in his bag.
Let's go. But if you ever feel like you're giving away too much information for free, you probably don't know enough. Give as much value to people as you possibly can, and approach with a mindset and a heart of giving value. So that today is our in my bag moment, and our in my bag spotlight goes to Alex Hormozi. Flip, thank you so much for over there on TikTok, man, liking up the video. I greatly appreciate you, family. You are very you are loved and you are appreciated. All right, so let's get into this next topic. This next topic is probably like my favorite topic, right? This next topic is my favorite topic. Okay, these are family topics. Okay, these are family topics. Now, let me tell y'all a couple of things about these family topics. These family topics is we're going to be talking about things that me and my family have conversations about with approval. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I have those conversations. And one of the things that I know for sure that I want to talk about is things that my daughter's boyfriend cannot do. Things my daughter's boyfriend cannot do. I don't know if my daughter's going to see this because she's not on social media, and I don't know if she's upstairs listening to me right now, but she should be going to sleep in about 15 minutes. But things my daughter's boyfriend cannot do. Number one, you cannot be disrespectful. You cannot be disrespectful. Okay. I don't want to hear no cussing around me. I don't want to hear no cussing around my wife. I don't want to hear no cussing at all. I do not allow my daughter to cuss. My daughter does not cuss around me. She does not cuss around my wife. She don't cuss around no adults. There should be no cussing around adults. If at any point in time I hear any cussing around any adults, from this young man, I'm immediately cutting off the relationship and I'm just going to become a headache to the relationship. Number two, what this young man cannot do, he cannot wear a ski mask. He better not ever have on a ski mask when he comes to see me. I don't give a damn if it's pulled up on the top of his head and it's just on his head and it's not fully down. I don't care what you got a ski mask on for, bro. You're not going skiing and it's not snowing outside. I don't know why we're doing this. This is Bamified. This is goofy. This is like it looks trashy. It just looks. It looks terrible. OK, I don't want to see no ski mask. There better not be no ski mask and no pictures online because I'm doing checks. I'm doing background checks. I'm doing all of it. I don't want to see no middle fingers up and no pictures online. I don't want to see no middle fingers up with you taking pictures with my daughter. I don't want to see no middle fingers up with you and pictures of nobody else. And yes, these are standards that I have for my daughter. These are standards that my daughter will understand and that anybody who tries to come into my daughter's life will 100% understand. This is goofy behavior. This is clown behavior. And we do not. Hey, listen, man, thank y'all so much over on TikTok, man. Y'all going crazy. Let's go. ETHXNFV. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. Appreciate you for supporting the family, yo. I don't want to see no middle fingers up in no families. I don't want to see no middle fingers up in no pictures. All right. The other thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see no baggy pants. Your pants better be up on your waist. They better not be below your waist. I don't want to see your drawers because if I do, I'm going to let you know where that came from. OK, that was a colloquialism that was shown in the prison system back in the day. And it only meant one thing back in the day. You wanted a piece of the booty warrior. And if you wanted a piece of the booty warrior, I don't even know why you're talking to my daughter. So I don't want to see no disrespect. I don't want to see no cussing. I don't want to see no ski masks. I don't want to see no middle fingers. And I don't want to see no baggy pants. You better not bring it around me. You better not bring it around my daughter either. Listen, be respectful. Be respectful. Okay? Be respectful. This is what we do. All right? So, hey, teach your sons. Anybody out there that got sons that think they're gonna run up on my daughter, it's not gonna happen, yo. And my son gonna know the same exact rules, yo. All right, y'all. So we're gonna close this out. We're gonna close this out by revisiting some of the things that we talked about today, man. Again, decision fatigue. We talked about different ways that you can solve for decision fatigue. We talked about different strategies in terms of launching some an in my bag moment, an in my bag highlight in terms of being able to launch something that you want. And then also, man, how do you show up? How do you show up as a young man? Young men out there, I need you to respect yourself. I need you to respect your body. For all of my young men that's out there, man, stop following what the trends are doing because the trends don't get you anywhere. You listen. I wrote in a poem a long time ago called Apology to Society. And I said, you listen to the rappers' music, but you don't hear what they say in their interviews. Listen to what a lot of these rappers are saying in their interviews. A lot of times they don't even do a lot of the stuff that they rap about. They don't do a lot of the stuff that they rap about. They're not moving in them ways. Look at some of the older rappers and what they're talking about and start following and saying, yo, this is what I used to rap about. But now when I got more clarity in my life, I started to understand and I started to see in a different way. The goal in life is to get you to a point where you are sure of yourself and you're sure of your life and where your life is going. I want you to be sure of your life and where your life is going, yo. So quick bag check, okay? Quick bag check. All right. You got because you know you got to check your bag. You know, you got to check your bag. All right. You know, you got to check your bag. Ask yourself, are you following what's trendy or are you becoming your own man? Are you becoming your own young lady, your own woman? I need you to check your bags. All right. I need you to check your bags. Okay. All right, family. I appreciate y'all joining, man. Thank y'all so much for joining a family meeting. We're going to close it out with our family song. We're going to close it out, man. Let's get it.
Gather around the table where the stories get told. Grandma's wisdom worth more than gold. We pass the plates like we pass the plans. Legacy's a recipe cooked by hand. No silver spoon, just the grind we know. Seeds in the soil, watch the future grow. Family
Family
meeting, this is where it starts. Blueprints laid out straight from the heart. Breaking cycles, building dreams.
Hey,
Generational wealth ain't just a scheme. Uncle with the notebook jotting down goals. Auntie with the vision got the soul that glows. Kids in the corner learning the game. Passing down knowledge ain't a thing of shame. We pray over blessings, then strategize moves. Every brick we lay is a win we prove. We rise together like the bread we bake. Breaking curses ain't a thing we face.
you want to read this? It ain't just a scheme. It's where it start right here. Yeah.
Building dreams. Generational wealth ain't just a scheme.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, yo. That song hard, boy. Hey, let's go. Man, y'all better send them. Hey, they said they going crazy over on TikTok right now. Let's go. Hey, let's go, TikTok. They going crazy over on TikTok right now, bro. Let's go. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, family, man. Y'all have a good night.